Good morning, guys. How are we all doing? I am Dan from Trading with Dan. This is our Bitcoin morning update. So we shall go straight over to those Bitcoin 4-hour charts. So yes, as we can see, we had a pretty crazy, well, it wasn't a pretty crazy wick, but we had just a move up that turned into a wick where we moved basically back down to where we started. As you can see, wrestling with this upward sloping trend line. Obviously clear above this support area at the moment, but yeah, as you can see, we're obviously trying to decide whether we're going to break down from this ascending wedge or whether we are actually going to get supported here and move to the upside. So yes, not a lot of it to say other than like a little bit of volatility there. Obviously there were certain market participants that just took this opportunity on this move to the upside to exit positions, possibly because we've got Fed minutes today. What I'll say about the Fed minutes is generally it moves markets, but don't forget the Fed has said it's abandoning its forward guidance now and is data dependent. So I mean, that's what they've said. So unless in the minutes it reveals that they're not, then there's not really much they can say, because realistically it's the data points now that are going to drive Fed policy according to them, not any watching paint dry autopilot type of things. So yeah, as we can see, Bitcoin just deciding what it wants to do here. Probably just gonna wait to see a market reaction later on. The stock market is actually holding nicely this support level, testing into it at the moment, but the fact we've not pulled down yet after all this time, I mean, the longer we stay up here, obviously the more bullish it is. You can see what happened the last few times we sat around the resistance area. We ultimately then got the move up. Unless the bears can wrestle this market decently lower, the path of least resistance will be to the upside. So we'll have to see how that plays out with obviously the data today. DXY, as we can see, looking like it wants to try and move back upwards from here. All I will say about the DXY is that we look at it as a barometer of risk. However, it is obviously the move, the weakening of the euro, and we had a weakening of the yen that was driving a lot of the strength. Not what would normally drive the strength. Which would be a weakening of EM markets that would just generally drive dollar strength and obviously indicate that we're in a risk off. So there's just that aspect of it just to be aware of. Whilst this looks like really bad for obviously EMs, the dollar isn't performing as well against EMs as it basically has been against the euro and the yen. So yeah, just some food for thought there. The 10-year also, I mean, is this a rising wedge? Potentially kind of looks like one. It does look like it wants to try higher. However, I don't think it will do. Most certainly with oil taking another leg lower, sat at new recent lows. Obviously, ever since all the commodity market bulls were like basically hyper bullish. I mean, we're literally hitting down at this level that we were kind of looking at, and then ultimately, if we break this level, I think we will potentially be sideways within this range, anywhere above or inside this support area to around $85. That is what in my opinion is around fair value for oil at the moment. However, should anyone really care about what my opinion or views are on what fair value is, yeah, probably not. But I mean, here's a longer dated chart. You can kind of see, relatively speaking, we sort of oscillate around. The middle of it is around here. So I mean, that's it. That is a lot of what it is based off. Yeah, the doomers, the oil bulls will sell you all sorts of narratives. But at the end of the day, price action is price action, and this is not looking. This does not match the narrative that they've been chirping about for quite a while now. Bitcoin dominance. Let's have a look at that. Still in a clear downtrend. ETH USD also having that little wick with Bitcoin, but still firmly in the middle of this support and resistance. So obviously we're waiting a breakout of one of the directions. The ETH Satoshi pairing similarly in the middle of these well, above this support really, below some resistances, but above the support more importantly. And yeah, other than that, not a lot to look at. Let's see if the Fed does. I mean, the single thing that could come out of the Fed meeting that would be bad would be dispelling, or basically comments that will then make the market disregard the basically the date dependent aspects of it that is sort of jumped on the back of. So we'll have to see if there is anything regarding that. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much it. Let's look at stochastics actually. 4 hour still pointing down here. 10 hour moving down but getting pretty low here. 12 hour got a lot of room to run though. Daily turning down from a high level, so that is not ideal. Buy daily similarly, very well, it just looks, oh no, sorry, there's the daily turning down from, yeah, relatively high level still, and then buy daily turning down from a high level. Also 3-day turning down from a high level, and then our higher time frames are not looking as bad. However, as we know, yeah, I mean, it does look difficult for us to break much higher from where we are now. I think personally, more opinions here, the best we can kind of hope for is that we get kind of like a break up from here towards maybe the 26,000s, maybe even we get up towards 28,500, and then we get like a more prolonged sideways to down where we maintain above this support area here. That is obviously the best case scenario. That the best one of the best case reasonable scenario. Obviously the best case is straight up, but the best case reasonable scenario. But failing that, if we don't get far from here, I think we are certainly looking at dropping back into this range. This obviously been an area of interest, but ultimately maybe down towards these lows that we get. We shall have to see. So yeah, that is it guys. Remember, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I shall speak to you guys soon.